Hello, I'm Phoenix City Councilwoman Kate Gallego from District 8. Coming up in this edition of Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor, the Phoenix SkyTrain celebrates its first anniversary and starts testing the next stage of service. We'll give you a sneak peek of the new station set to open by early next year. Plus, the early bag check program has proven to be popular. We'll let you in on the best kept secret about this program and why travelers love it. And a new club throws the doors open to passengers in Sky Harbor's busiest terminal. Details on that and more coming up on Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor.
It takes more than a green thumb to keep the landscaping around Sky Harbor looking great. We'll take a peek at the nursery where airport plants take root. And parking at the airport is now something you can cross off your to-do list before you even arrive. See how you can save time and money with the new prepaid discount parking program. Plus, hear about how our volunteer navigators are being celebrated. These are just some of the stories I'll be telling you about in this edition of Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor. Welcome to this edition of Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor. I'm Deborah Ostreicher. Thanks to the new prepaid discount parking in the terminal garages is now more convenient than ever. Julie Rodriguez has the details on this great new program.
A few taps on the keyboard, smartphone, or tablet is all it takes to save money on the most convenient airport parking in Phoenix.
It's extraordinarily popular. The response has been even greater than we had anticipated.
Prepaid discount parking allows travelers to park in Sky Harbor's terminal garages at a significantly reduced price. Just visit skyharbor.com on a desktop computer or mobile device. Reserve your parking, prepay, and your discounted rate is locked in.
So you can pre-book 6 months in advance of your trip.
With Phoenix Sky Harbor's prepaid discount parking, you pull into the terminal garage and walk right into the building.
It's a huge benefit for the public. You can't get a better service than parking inside the terminals.
The process is simple. After booking prepaid discount parking through skyharbor.com, print your reservation or save it on your smartphone or tablet and bring it with you to the airport.
When you enter the garage, you pull a ticket just like you normally would, and when you're back from your trip, you present that ticket along with your smart device or your confirmation page to the cashiers.
If you stay away longer than you planned, you simply pay the posted terminal garage price for the additional time. A simple process, convenient parking, and a reduced price. 3 good reasons to check out prepaid discount parking at skyharbor.com. For Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor, I'm Julie Rodriguez.
The merger between U.S. Airways and American Airlines is well underway. For customers who fly through Sky Harbor, the transition has been seamless. American Airlines moved from Terminal 3 to Terminal 4 earlier this year as one of the first steps of their merger, and it was an enormous success.
Co-locating the American operation from Terminal 3 over to Terminal 4 is really just about bringing our customers together and being able to consolidate the customer experience and provide more connectivity, more amenities, more flexibility here.
The next step in the merger is the continued consolidation of operations before phasing out the U.S. Airways name in favor of American Airlines. The Phoenix SkyTrain construction continues to hit major milestones, and more are coming soon. Heather Listener gives us a preview of the new SkyTrain station in Terminal 3, which was unveiled on its 1-year anniversary.
One year after the first stage of the Phoenix SkyTrain opened to the public, Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton took media behind the scenes for a preview of the future Terminal 3 Phoenix SkyTrain station.
We are making huge progress on the next phase, giving people access to Terminal 3 and an easy walk to Terminal 2.
Workers have been putting final touches on the station in preparation for the opening of the train's next stage in early 2015. And on April 8th, the first official test run of the Phoenix SkyTrain took place from Terminal 3 to Terminal 4.
3, 2, 1, let's go! Oh, go!
The train is currently undergoing extensive testing for the remainder of the year to ready itself for opening prior to the Super Bowl. The opening of the Phoenix SkyTrain's newest stage will provide another vital and fast connection between all airport terminals, East Economy parking, and Valley Metro Light Rail. In fact, it will only be a quick minute-and-a-half ride on the Phoenix SkyTrain from Terminal 4 to Terminal 3. A shaded walk from the Terminal 3 station to Terminal 2 will take about 5 minutes. And it will only be a 7-minute ride from the Terminal 3 station to the 44th Street station, where travelers can find a convenient connection to Valley Metro Light Rail and handy pickup and drop-off areas. The Terminal 3 station will be LEED certified and offer sweeping views of downtown Phoenix. And like the other Phoenix SkyTrain stations, the Terminal 3 station has an exquisite terrazzo floor designed by Navajo artist Janelle Stanley, who incorporates traditional elements throughout her work. Trains will arrive and depart at the new Terminal 3 station about every 3 minutes during peak periods. The free Phoenix SkyTrain operates 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In the future, the Phoenix SkyTrain will serve the rental car center. For more information on the Phoenix SkyTrain, visit skyharbor.com/phxskytrain. For Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor, I'm Heather Listener.
America's friendliest airport takes that title very seriously and is always striving to live up to that reputation. In fact, Sky Harbor was named one of the world's best airports, serving 40 to 50 million passengers in 2014 by the Skytrax World Airport Awards. Receiving a World Airport Award is one of the most respected honors in the industry and is considered a global benchmark of airport excellence. The survey asked customers from more than 160 countries to rank airports based on key indicators such as ease of check-in, terminal comfort and cleanliness, choice of shopping and dining options, and friendliness of airport staff. These awards were presented at the Passenger Terminal Expo 2014 in Barcelona, Spain. We are honored that America's friendliest airport was named one of the world's best. Marshall oversees the Community Development, Government Relations, and Community Noise Reduction Division for the City of Phoenix Aviation Department. Congratulations to Marshall on this outstanding achievement and on her dedication to the community. We have a lot more still to come on this edition of Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor, including a sneak peek at the club in Terminal 4, which is now open to the public. And we'll show you why passengers are loving early bag check even more right after this break. Harbor Navigator volunteers have become icons at the airport. These tireless volunteers answer questions, give directions, and solve problems. In fact, it wouldn't be America's friendliest airport without them. Navigator Appreciation Week is a time when they are reminded how valuable they are to customers, and they love hearing it. The Sky Harbor Navigator program has been a part of the airport since the year 2000, and it keeps on growing. More than 400 volunteers serve as navigators. They range from students to retirees, and they have one thing in common. They want to make every person in Sky Harbor feel welcome. It takes commitment and energy to be a Sky Harbor Navigator volunteer. If you think you have the passion to come and volunteer, log on to skyharbor.com/volunteer or call the number on your screen. When early bag check first began at the SkyTrain stations, passengers quickly discovered how easy it was to check their bag early, get a boarding pass, and be on their way. Well, now you can check your bag early at 3 different stations. Jim Peterson has the details on how you can take advantage of early bag check.
Savvy flyers know how important it is to arrive at the airport early, typically 2 hours early, in order to accommodate security screening and for checking in. Waiting in line to check bags can intensify the stress. That's not a fun way to travel. Sky Harbor's early bag check service makes traveling with bags much easier.
The process is very simple. Whether you use the East Economy lot or the rental car center, you're either walking up or driving up to our podiums, and our guys are there to greet you and help you in any way possible.
The bag check attendants will print your bag tags and your boarding passes, everything you need to get on your way. All you need to do is to check in at least 90 minutes early.
Once all that is processed, we actually load your bags up into cages that get sealed off, and we truck those bags up to the terminal where we pass them off to the particular airline that you are flying. And from there it gets screened in onto the flight.
The early bag check service started in November 2012 at the East Economy lot. The service was expanded to the 44th Street Phoenix SkyTrain station in April 2013. And most recently, in February 2014, the rental car center became the latest location to offer customers this valuable service. In the few months since early bag check was offered at the rental car center, 35,000 bags have been checked. That's more than 20% of the total number of bags checked in the program's history.
The numbers speak for themselves. Customers at Sky Harbor love early bag check. The service gives them the ability to travel with ease.
We're getting a lot of compliments, and a lot of people are ecstatic about the service just because they don't see it anywhere else, especially at a place like the rental car center.
Although the popularity of the service has grown, the best kept secret of early bag check might be the location at the 44th Street Phoenix SkyTrain station. The convenient off-airport location provides easy access, no traffic, no crowds. The 44th Street station is a breeze to get to and through. Simply drop off your bag and hop on the train. You'll be on your way in comfort, all without having to haul around heavy luggage.
For 44th Street, many advantages. One, you do not have to, lug your bags all the way up to the airport from this location. If you don't want to pay for the parking and you want to get dropped off here or take the light rail in, that saves you some money right there. This is a free service, to you other than the regular airline baggage fees. So that's a big advantage as well, being off-site.
So far, Southwest Airlines, U.S. Airways, and American Airlines are participating carriers. But Matt says the program's success has gotten the attention of other air service providers at Sky Harbor. So keep an eye out for more airlines to participate.
We'd really like to see other airlines in. We want to provide the service to everybody at the airport.
Passengers can make this easy service even easier to use by checking in at least 90 minutes early.
We can only check in bags that are 90 minutes or more before their original flight time. But as the airport says as well, we like to have them here 2 hours or more if at all possible. It makes it easier on us, and it obviously makes it easier on the traveler to not have to worry about getting through security and that real crunch time.
For locations, operating hours, and more information on the early bag check service, visit skyharbor.com/earlybagcheck. For Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor, I'm Jim Peterson.
Airport lounges have long required exclusive membership, but that's not the case any longer. Phoenix Sky Harbor is the latest airport to open a shared use lounge, which is available to all passengers regardless of the ticket you've purchased or the airline you're flying.
First of all, it's a respite from the terminal. It's very relaxing. When you come in, you have the ability to be productive. We've got Wi-Fi, so you can enjoy some time to get work caught up and do those types of things. Or if you just want to come in and have some quiet time before your flight.
At the Club at Phoenix, passengers can buy a one-day pass and enjoy access to snacks and beverages, high-speed Wi-Fi, and complimentary workstation with a PC and printer.
So it's inclusive in that anybody can come in, but you feel exclusive when you're here.
The Club at Phoenix provides a relaxing respite from the hustle and bustle of the airport. It's open daily and located near the International Gates in Terminal 4. It's easy to take our desert landscape for granted when we're surrounded by it. Keeping up the landscape around Sky Harbor is especially important if you're the gardener who propagates the plants around the airport. Greg Roybal has the story.
Flying into Sky Harbor, passengers notice the terrain and the landscape, a desert city surrounded by mountains. Once on the ground, palm and palo verde trees come into focus, and a closer look reveals greenery all around the airport. These plants may be native to the area, but chances are they didn't just show up in the landscaping. They were likely planted by Sky Harbor gardeners. They might even have been propagated.
Propagate means to increase the population of anything that, anything that's growing or anything that's living, any organism for that matter. But plant propagation is mainly what I do.
Tracy Montgomery is responsible for a lot of area around the airport. Sky Harbor has stretches of land from 16th Street to 44th Street between Interstate 10 and Washington Street. Basically, if there's airport land that's landscaped, Tracy probably had a hand in growing it.
This is my nursery. This is something that was not here when I started. They knew about my skills and they asked me if, can you take this broken cactus and turn it into something that we can reuse? And I said, of course, it's what I do. And they bring me cactus, they bring me broken limbs, they tell me, hey, I've got some seedlings over here that are growing, do you want them? So I rely a lot on my coworkers for the amount of stuff that I get through here.
It's clear Tracy has a soft spot for her leafy friends, and some of her spindly, pointy ones too.
They'll root right out wherever there's a spine. It's called an aerial, and they will grow little roots right out of there. It's pretty amazing. I think watching them root, it's just an amazing thing. You can take a plant, almost any plant, and cut it and grow it. It's free. That to me is amazing. That's just incredible.
Tracy is self-taught, but her earliest teacher was her grandfather, who owned a nursery and a flower shop in the Valley of the Sun for many years. He also provided many books on the topic that she has in her collection. She came to Sky Harbor from the Phoenix Zoo, where she worked as a horticulturist for 5 years. Now, she plies her craft tending plants all around the airport, indoors too. It's no surprise that she has turned her backyard at home into a foliage-filled sanctuary, where her interest has turned to rare and unusual plants and fruit.
I've got quite a few different species in my own backyard of a lot of different Mexican and South American varieties. Fruit. There's a lot of fruit people don't know about that can grow here. I have a loquat. They're like an apricot, but 10 times sweeter. They're really good. And there's so many different types of citrus that we don't know about that can grow here. I also have a citron. It's a Buddha's hand is what they call it. And it's basically all rind, but it is so aromatic. And if you do, use lemon zest, it's great for that. But I can pick it and put it in my kitchen, and it just fills my kitchen with this wonderful citrus scent. Yeah, it's really cool.
It's not likely we'll see some of those exotic fruit trees in and around Sky Harbor, but thanks to the hard work in the plant propagation program, there should be no shortage of desert succulents and other native flora. as long as they continue to grow under Tracy's watchful eye.
I enjoy what I do here. You know, I hope that I can continue to do it for many years to come.
For Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor, I'm Greg Roybal.
There's more to come on this edition of Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor, including how the airport is putting sustainability into action by recycling cement.
Customer service is one of our top priorities at Sky Harbor International Airport. The Navigators are Sky Harbor's team of trained volunteers who are always ready to answer your questions and provide assistance. Just look for their purple jackets or shirts and their smiling faces. Whether you have a question about a flight, or the location of your gate, or where to get a bite to eat, Navigators will have the answers right at their fingertips. All you have to do is ask. If you'd like to provide feedback about our customer service, go to our mobile website at skyharbor.com and click on the Feedback tab.
We all know to toss our aluminum cans, plastic bottles, and paper products into the recycling bin, but there are many other things that can be recycled. Sarah Brown tells us how the airport is taking recycling to another level.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Those three words are increasingly common and are synonymous with saving the planet. At an airport, construction and maintenance are ongoing. Reducing materials isn't always possible. For example, concrete is nearly everywhere you look. Runways, pavement, sidewalks, and so on. As with any material, it sometimes needs repair or replacement. Without question, concrete needs to be maintained in a timely manner. But what should you do with it? If you can't reduce, recycling is the next best thing. And so, a new and innovative solution came about, which allows the airport to save money and reduce emissions while recycling and reusing old concrete.
We decided to look into the idea of crushing it and reusing it as an aggregate base. So that's kind of how it came apart. It was just a team sitting around trying to figure out, how can we help the environment and reuse, recycle the concrete instead of just throwing it away and filling up the landfill. We're removing and replacing a lot of apron concrete, and the apron concrete is anywhere from 18 to 24 inches thick.
Apron concrete is what the planes park on. Now, because of their weight, you have to use concrete because they would sink into asphalt. And over the last several years, more than 800 panels have been recycled and reused.
It's a benefit for us to reuse that concrete because we're not using the aggregates from Salt River. We're not using new aggregates. We're reusing and recycling what we already have. Also, it has a cementatious property to it. So when we add water again, it ignites that cement and makes a really strong base. So it's a benefit for the airport, and it's a very strong base material.
A lot north of the airport provided proximity that allowed a quick turnaround on storing and crushing the concrete, while also minimizing waste in landfills.
It's a huge time savings. We don't have trucking fees. We don't have emissions from those trucks. So the contractors love it. It's good for everyone. It's a win-win for Sky Harbor.
Every day, approximately 1,200 aircraft take off and land here. It's essential to maintain a safe airfield for both employees and planes. But by recycling and reusing concrete, it's also better for the environment. For Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor, I'm Sarah Brown.
It takes dedication at every level to keep Sky Harbor running day and night. That's why thousands of committed workers are needed to deliver the type of service you expect at America's friendliest airport. Log on to skyharbor.com if you're interested in working at the airport. On the left side of the main page is a menu, and that's where you'll find the jobs link. Click on that to view the frequent openings with the many restaurants and retail shops at Sky Harbor. Vendors and contractors who provide various guest services, from parking professionals to information counter workers, also can be found under that link. Check frequently. Information on job fairs that are often held by hiring companies at the airport can also be found under the Jobs link. The City of Phoenix Aviation Department also has employment opportunities. Look for them under the Employment tab at phoenix.gov. The Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, also has a link to its site where you can find employment information. Most jobs require a background check and fingerprinting, especially for positions located behind security. Check with the individual company for specific information on security requirements. Take it from me, this is a fun, exciting, and rewarding place to work, so good luck! That's it for this edition of Destination Phoenix Sky Harbor. I'm Deborah Ostreicher. Safe travels. Until next time.